Well, hello again, my faithful followers. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It is a Monday for me, and Mondays are always my day off. Since becoming a dog groomer about 6 years ago, I always took Mondays off because I worked almost every Saturday. So I basically worked Tuesday to Saturday and would take Sunday, Monday off. And I like to continue that tradition here on the island. Mondays, I've just grown accustomed to having those days off, and it is the best day of the week to have off. I don't work every Saturday, but I work, I think, 2 Saturdays a month. So every other weekend is a 3-day weekend for me, which is even more of a bonus. Today specifically, I just wanted to tidy up my dog shop. That last week was just full of errands and chores and dog grooming, and I clean an Airbnb somewhat on the side. So there was a few checkout cleans that I had to do, and the weather was awful. It was rainy and cold and foggy and cloudy, and it was just a tiring week, I think. But this week is supposed to be the most gorgeous week. Full sun, beautiful bright skies, and warm breeze. So I went down to my shop and I was kind of catching up on things because I like to use Mondays as a refresh day for me. I drink a lot of coffee on Mondays. I generally prefer to stay in my pajamas all day, or at least in comfortable clothing, and it has to be really loose. And so I threw a pot of coffee on just before I came down to the shop, just so it would be nice and fresh when I was done. And I had a little project up my sleeve for preparing for homeschool for my daughter this week. I wanted to change things up a little bit. But there's been a lot on my mind, and I haven't been getting a lot of sleep. I feel like I'm not really sleeping much, probably for the last couple of weeks anyway. And when I do sleep, it's just little spurts, 30 minutes or less. And then I wake up, and then I go back to sleep, and then I wake up and go back to sleep. It's just been like that for a couple of weeks, and I think something's kind of been bugging me. Maybe I'll just show it to you this way. Hang on. So I said to man friend, what if there's a bird in here? Oh no. Sorry, buddy, you gotta get out. Oh, there's 2 birds. Oh no. Birds. They'll fly out, won't they? Okay, anyway, hear me out. And that's kind of what I said to man friend out of the blue, because it's kind of the first thing that's been bugging me since we got here on this island, since April. I've been going with the flow so far, but up until this point, it's been great. And now I kind of have a change of heart. So I said to man friend randomly, hear me out. What if this shop was enough? The thing is, do we need to build a cabin as well as this shop? Because this is a beautiful shop built from scratch by man friend with a little wee bit of help from me and a lot of help from friends and neighbors. But it's been proven that we can live out of an RV very, very comfortably when the weather's good. Man friend listened to what I had to say, and I thought, okay, now hear me out. What if we just stop where we're at with the shop, use the shop, work on it in the winter this year. We're going to skirt in the RV. We've got this little bunkie as well now. So the RV we would skirt in, and the shed right there would turn into a little bunkie that we can put heat in. We've got my dog shop. Do we need to build another building, another cabin to live in? Can we just live in the shop or build onto the shop as years go by without forking out $200,000 for a cabin. We can just like do like 10,000 here, build a little bit of an addition, that and this and that, have still a deck outside, like a wraparound sort of deck that you get views from all the beautiful views from all angles. And the shop might be big enough to be even able to still store or house the ATV and the snow machine. Maybe have a corner here with Manfred's tools and maybe a wall here where he can have a little private spot or corner for tools and like a workbench. And then he finished my sentences by saying, and, you know, we can put a little kitchenette here potentially, a corner back here for Eva to have a desk and like an area for school, because I'm getting to that, the homeschooling. We have a wood stove to put in the corner, make a nice little sitting area, and still room to back a vehicle in. And then outside, I'll just show you outside. This could be the view on all corners of this building. Deck, barbecue, perhaps awning. We could even build on like a nice little addition here with like a nice screened in kind of porch-ish. So the view, if you were to sit here, have that deck go all the way to the back here, all the way around the shop. Just about done the siding. Woohoo! Anyway, deck along the back here, and you've got this view. And I don't know, there's trees that go right up along this side, so I doubt we would put a deck over here, but maybe like extend it out a little bit maybe for the laundry line, clothesline. And you still have this beautiful view. Yeah, we can't have a deck through here, but maybe like just keep this nice walkway here. Anywho, that would be a lovely little wrap around deck. And then over time, maybe build on like, well, hang on, let me go inside. We do need to have like a proper bathroom, but I just think that kind of frees up a whole lot of money if we were to just not build that cabin. You know, do we really want to dig up another part of the property, put another foundation in, build another cabin? It was stressful enough just to do this shop. You know, Manfred was under the gun for time because winter's coming. We need to close it in. It's got to be weatherproof, all that stuff. But he agreed that, you know what, that's not a bad idea at all. And now we've got this thought, well, why don't we put 3 rooms in here and each of us have like a room, and we still have like a little kitchenette. But then we've got this RV, like we can rent this RV out and people will rent it and we can fix it up. We want to build eventually, and maybe without building a cabin, we can fast track this part. We do want to have little rental bunkies on our property here. Like it could be over in the woods over here in our mountainside over across the road, because we have property over there with beautiful land over there, but we haven't even explored all that land yet. We have a lot to explore there. We're going to do that this winter. But a couple bunkies up here that kind of resemble the shed, our shed. You know, it's something that is very seriously on the table. I almost feel, I don't know how to explain it, like whether it's greed or greedy, or like, I feel like we don't need that cabin. We've got everything we need and we can survive like this very comfortably. But Manfred said we need to get a winter under our belt and really see what we have going on, because, you know, we don't know what it's going to cost to heat the RV, even though it'll be skirted in. But we do have this shop with a wood stove. So do we just kind of live out here for the winter? You know, I don't know. Our brains are spinning now. I feel better putting it out on the table, but I'm anxious because I don't want to build the cabin. I just don't. I don't think we need it. I think we can build onto this shop. This can be like a workshop / living space. Very comfortable. Like, we don't need a whole cabin. I think Manfriend agrees. He absolutely agrees. He doesn't want the cabin either, but he said his biggest thing, and the only thing that's ever going to stop him from not building the cabin, is comfort. He needs to be comfortable, and I agree with that. Like, we do need to be comfortable and warm in the winter and safe, but we think that this shop might be a good starting point. But then we can use the money that we're not spending and build on, now that we're both we both work now. We're both doing well. My business is doing well here, and he's doing great with his work. So we'll just buy and pay for additions and builds and stuff as we can afford it to pay by cash. So we don't have to go into debt or anything. Like, and then at the same time, maybe start earning an income if we build these little bunkies and rent out our RV. Big giant cabin, foundation, Like, we still have to think about like a community bathroom. We've decided to do like a building where there's men's, ladies. I don't know if we're even allowed to say that anymore, but where there's an open concept kind of bathroom area, because eventually if we do rent out these little bunkies, because even in the wintertime, we're right on a snowmobile trail. So we can rent out in the winter, we can rent out all year round. We need a place for people to use a washroom, and we need a place for like food and feeding people. So I don't know. I think we can just use this for now and not worry about the cabin. It just feels like a waste of money. Like, less is more. We don't need any more than what we have here. It's food for thought. So I guess we're going to get through the winter and see how it goes. That's the game plan right as we speak. But tell me if you agree that we don't need to have the cabin. We have the cabin now with this shop. Here, look. Little corner for workbench. There's lots of space up top. Manfriend thought maybe 3 rooms here with 2 floors, kind of a bunky bed, and then an area below. So everybody has like their own little, say, bedroom suite. Have right here like the wood stove here, a little living space, kitchenette perhaps, and then these 2 items. It'll be like a shop, but we can still live in here, and then build on. We could always build on to this building. What do you think? What do you all think about that idea? Yeah, I think that's enough for now. I don't think we need a big cabin right here, like a big cabin. I think this is good enough. I guess winter will tell us if it's good enough. all so much for watching my video to the end. I appreciate you all tagging along with me and encouraging me with your beautiful comments. And speaking of comments, I just would like you to know that I am not in the practice of deleting comments, unless they're negative ones, I guess, but I've never had a negative comment on any of my videos. But it is brought to my attention that the odd time YouTube will delete comments that I am not even aware that were there. So if that happens to you, I apologize greatly, but I am not in control of that, and I'm doing all I can to research what that's all about. I'm really not sure why YouTube does that. I think it has something to do with the algorithm and keywords and things like that. So I don't know. I'm sorry if your comments have been deleted. That was not me. And if you are a subscriber, I really appreciate you, hanging on with that. Just know that I appreciate you being here, whether you comment on my videos or not. So I'm closing out today with something that I did with my family that, really warmed my heart. I went over to the Cape Breton Highlands National Park and participated in an event that is very near and dear to my heart. It was just so lovely to know that this event was being held here, because every year I would help my sister with this event back home in Ontario. And so I just really felt like I was kind of with them during this event. So I'm going to leave you with my little closing and let it speak for itself. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. I was just editing my video and realized I didn't tell you about my homeschool plan. So this video is long enough. I guess I'll have to tell you in the next video. Something for you to look forward to. Kind of our homeschooling routine and a few changes I've made to her schedule. So join me next time. Ciao for now.